a live broadcast. That's why there's a lawnmower going on in the background, and it's not cutting that grass there, but hey ho, every time I come live there's some weird noises going on in the background. So hello everybody, this is live, and I do apologize about the garden stuff going on in the background, cutting the lawn and all that. So let's carry on. Trying to be professional, which is just doesn't seem possible, does it? So yeah, this is live, so it's going to be a little bit raw, and it's not going to be professional, like I'm picking my nose and all of that. So yeah, most of my readings are very kind. The ones I do live anyway, they're just me, it's just who I am. So they're not scripted, and it's you see what you get here. Okay. And welcome everybody. Yeah, this is a live interactive broadcast. So if you want to, if you want to come and put some comments there on the chats, please do. But otherwise, I'm looking into Johnny Depp here, okay, and what's happening with Johnny Depp? I mean, I guess we're kind of nearly the same age, me and Johnny Depp, I don't know, around the same age. So I've kind of grown up when Johnny Depp got, into his first acting roles in a way. So I kind of followed Johnny Depp for a number of years, like a lot of us have. Okay. And I'm not a massive fan of Johnny Depp. I have to say this, if you're watching Johnny, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I can. I'm not really a massive fan of any kind of Hollywood actor in a way. I just see that a lot of it is fake, and it's kind of a little bit off-putting. So I thought, I saw some things say, I saw a picture of him, and this thing that a divorce thing, which I'm not going to mention in this, divorce thing in with Johnny Depp, with the ex-wife there, and all of that. So I thought that I would do an intuitive reading on him, okay, to see what's going on, because it appears, and I'm picking up intuitively, psychically, that it appears as if Johnny Depp is having some kind of meltdown. I think he is, like all of us, when we hit a brick wall, and we kind of, and it's that midlife thing as well, isn't it? It's that midlife crisis, and I've been through that. I've been through that maybe more kind of so than anyone. I think there's this particular viewpoint that, or I just feel that it's people's kind of judgment of you. And it's like a misunderstanding of you. It's like people are misunderstanding Johnny. And they're seeing something else, which is on the surface, which is good looking. He's got stunning, kind of striking eyes, and all of that. And people are just seeing that, and which is not him inside. So there is this kind of, I'm not like that. I get, this is like part of this meltdown is I'm not like that. I feel that also that Johnny Depp has been taken advantage of a great deal through his teenage years in terms of the movie business. So I feel that he's. I just let's have a look here. What I get here. Now I do get, and I feel this is all a bit weird. I don't think he's going to die. Okay, somebody's put there. Is he going to? No, I don't get that. No, I don't get that with Johnny. I just feel he's very complicated. I feel he's a very complicated person. I will go into that as we go along with this reading. Okay, I will go into why he's so complicated, and that's what I'm picking up psychically and intuitively. Anybody that believes that this kind of intuitive psychic energies, this is what I'm going to portray to you in my own words. It's live, so it's not scripted. Okay. Now I do get with Johnny, he doesn't allow, I'm not saying this is bad. I actually see, in fact, when I looked into one of the reasons, one of the reasons, I'm just reading the chat there. One of the reasons I feel for Johnny is that I do actually, I picked up here intuitively that I actually do feel a lot of myself in this, you know. And it's not that I'm deriving myself in this situation. I actually do. And maybe that's why I feel like I've been chosen to say this story. I don't know. Anyway, that sounds a bit creepy, I know, but it's not creepy. Okay. The energies that I'm getting through here is, it's very complicated with, I've just said that, I know, but it's not scripted. Doesn't allow people to really get to know him. Doesn't allow people to really get to know him. And that's including his wives, people, you know, that he's married. Okay, well, this is quite resonant. And I think I will explain this later. Maybe this is the root of this problem, because I pulled out this card here, which is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Now, in the correct position, it's cutting away these people. I feel that Johnny has had to cut a lot of people out of his life over the years, even in his childhood. And I kind of get that, and I'll go into that soon. Okay, it's in the reverse position. So this is all interlinked, really, and I don't feel he's that happy. I will kind of get into this, but he's not happy with. I don't feel he's ever been truly contented about being an actor, although he's very famous. Okay, I feel the workload has been very high, and he's just got on with it. He's kind of put his ego aside, his self aside, his real self. And he's quite good at that. He's quite good at that, of putting his real self aside and putting a fake self in its place. And getting along with this high workload. Which has been very, very worrying for him. In his early 20s, am I going to make it? Where am I going to get my next paycheck from and all of that. So it has posed to be a worry, and the impatience of other people, like directors, telling, no, you've got to change that. And he's actually really put his true self to one side and fake self in its place. And because of directors directing him to act in a certain way, this has been truly exhausting for him. That's interesting. Okay. That's been truly, truly exhausting for him. Now, to the point of being addicted to this escape. I don't feel anybody really knows the true Johnny Depp. And I don't even feel that he even knows himself, the true Johnny. Okay. There has been a part of this that's kind of, he said to himself, yeah, who am I? Who am I? I've been sort of really dominated, or in a way, people have got impatient of me for not kind of creating this character. So now I actually, I'm like a chameleon, where I take on these characters and I do it to perfection. And I've learned that craft. I've learned this craft. So let's go to Johnny's childhood here, before we go to the way things are, and thank you for your input here. And this is something I myself can kind of relate to. Johnny said in his childhood he moved house maybe 20 to 40 times. Okay. And he's got that in his blood. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, Johnny has had to adapt to every house move that his mother did. He had to start new schools. He had to, make sure that he didn't get bullied. He had to protect himself. And the way that he protected himself, and I can relate to this, and this is where people don't understand you, because you have become this kind of weird person, and which nobody can relate to. And this is because somebody who's moved schools so many times, maybe 10, 15, 20 times in their childhood, and then ends up dropping out of school, okay, because there's no consistency. I feel to prevent the bullying, you actually you are landed in this school where there's already popular people who kind of have rule over everybody, and then you're the new kid on the block. Okay, you're the new kid in school. And I remember this greatly. I mean, I don't feel like Johnny Depp's mother probably didn't realise, the impact on the children. But I don't feel my parents, in all honesty, I think they thought they were doing good. Actually thought that, this would impact on a child's life as they get to adults. But I feel that it very much does. So, okay, without consistency, it rips away your true kind of friends. It rips away you know, your development, really, your development in the social, you know, in people getting to know people, being open. Now, you can either go either way, which is you go to a new school, like Johnny when he was younger, and you go under the radar, and you don't say anything, and you go very much within yourself, and you kind of go under the radar, so nobody notices you, so you don't get bullied. Because you know, we're talking about a classroom that's already been established, and then you're this new person just thrown to the wolves, kind of thing. So you either, you know, you act shy, you act quiet, you don't want to bring attention to yourself, so you very much keep very quiet and very much under the radar, as I've repeated, because this is live and it's not kind of, you know. So I actually can relate to that, but I feel as I got to later on, if I didn't make friends with strangers, I wasn't going to get anywhere. Okay, and I feel this is what's happened with Johnny, but there is also mixed with this is this keeping very much under the radar, but having to make friends. Otherwise, you know, what you're going to do, because you can't be isolated in a corner as a child, you know. So I feel, if, you know, he moved a lot in like junior school, same as what I did, and moved a lot into the secondary school, which is like, you know, in teenage years. I feel you, at the junior school, you're kind of under the radar, keeping it quiet, just getting along with it, just attending school, doing your work, going home, and putting up with the bullying. Once you get into the bigger school, you kind of think, hang on a minute, I've got to make friends. And you're still kind of moving schools at this point. So it's like, okay, I've got to make friends here, or I'm going to end up in a fight every day. So it's, you make friends, and you make friends with one set of people, and you become accepted, and then your parents or Johnny's mother decides to move again. Okay, and so the whole thing starts again. So you do start with this being this chameleon, that underneath you are very much the shy person, just bloody leave me alone, like leave me alone. But on the surface, you can't be like that. So you have to be this, you know, I'm a great person to get to know. You know, you get to know me, and we will have fun, and you know, I'm great at this and I'm great at that, and kind of blowing your own trumpet. But underneath, it's very much like you kind of separate yourself, and it's like, leave me alone. I just want to be left alone. I'm so tired of this. Okay. So I feel this is where Johnny's childhood was very much, he moved around so much, and that's how it affected him. And I feel this made him a good actor, and actually to actually adapt in situations. So, you know, what's that going to do? It's going to make you become this chameleon, this actor, and having your true self, hiding your true self, protecting your true self, and being this other person on the surface. So, yeah, I could go really deep into these new schools and these new, you know, environments that Johnny had to adapt to. And to him, that was normal. And to me, it was normal. Okay. And I get the mother, you know, it's always going to be better over the rainbow. The next time it's going to be better. The next school is going to be better. The next place we move to is going to be better. And, you know, I don't feel the parents knew in them days, but I get like, you know, the next school is going to be better. You know, the next place we move to is going to be so much better. And you're going to be so happy there. So there was like this momentum put in the child's mind of, you know, over the rainbow is going to be better. The next place we move to is going to be better. So you're brought up with this template of the next place is going to be better. We can actually achieve, which is a positive thing in a way, although it's a negative thing in childhood. This kind of this template makes you feel okay, I can do better than this. I can actually move to the next place and move to the next job, and I can actually improve myself. So that's the kind of template it gives you. If you are, you know, if this is impacted you negatively, you would never believe that, oh, the next place, oh, really? The next place is going to be better and it ends up the same. Then, you know, that's going to impact negative. But if you have that indoctrinated in you that we will achieve in the next place, you've actually got that wired into your brain because your parents told you that we can do better next time. Okay, we can do better, 5 times better. It's going to be so lovely where we go next. It's going to be like a dream come true. So that's wired into your head that next time it's going to be better. So it's a great if you want to achieve, because this role that I've got now, the next time it's going to be a better role. For Johnny Depp, the next time is going to be a better role. The next job that I get is going to be a better job. I'm going to make sure that that's it. So there is this like driving force with Johnny, but underneath that, so it's very kind of very difficult to understand, as you can see, Johnny Depp, because he's not revealing his real self, his authentic self. For this kind of chameleon. Okay, and if he does, you know, drop the acting roles and he is just himself, he actually is very shy. He's very shy. Okay, he's very shy. And I'm the same, you know. And I'm not comparing me to Johnny Depp, but I actually feel this same kind of thing. I feel it makes you kind of a little bit unique in a way, because you actually leave these schools where you've had to survive, become this other person. You actually say, well, I'm going to drop that and I'm just going to be who I am. So who you are is this very kind of under the radar kind of shy person. And that kind of persona, that chameleon type of putting on these acting roles to be, you know, so you fit in. You know, it's just an act, basically. So you think, wow, I've left school now, so I don't have to do that. I've got, you know, I'm leading my own life here. But your kind of inner true self has been defined by your upbringing. So here you are. You're this shy person underneath that person that you was protecting. So everybody finds it very difficult to, like, when they interview Johnny, if you look at the interviews with Johnny Depp, he's very shy. and I get that. I get where it's coming from. And under the radar. And you see the interviewers trying to pull out, well, there must be more to you than that. There must be more to you than that, because, you're this famous kind of actor. You are this actor who is, is an A-lister. So there's got to be more to you than this. And Johnny is saying, no, this is me. This is me. This is who I am. This is me. And, people, interviewers, fans can't believe, but that actually that's you, that person there, that shy. Actually, I can't believe that person is you, because you're so shy. And we're going to try and draw something out of you. And then you end up being in this like school. You go back to this school that you was moved to. And you had to, because people were trying to, you're protecting people from getting to know you, because you didn't want to get bullied, or you didn't want to. So then you had to, you feel that kind of push and pull, that struggle, emotional struggle of, well, this is me. Why can't you just accept that this is me? Because I'm quiet, I'm shy. And this is who I am. When I'm on set, that's that chameleon that, I have to be to survive, which is that actor that I am, is there just to survive, to get my next paycheck. So this is where we're sitting with Johnny Depp. When people try to get to know him, because they're quite... they don't understand him. It's like not being understood. And many people don't understand him. They just see Johnny Depp, the actor, and they can't believe that he's so kind of laid back, quiet, and shy. And that includes wives, girlfriends, people like that. They want to get to know him more. There must be more to you than this. And I want to know. And Johnny's saying, no, this is who I am. This is me. This is me. And when you're misunderstood like that, people will up the ante. They will start to argue with you, try to press your buttons to get to know who you are, try to manipulate you to actually... bring out the true you, bring out this true you. So this is where Johnny, having to hide this as a child because of moving schools all the time, has had to hide his true self. This is where he's got very angry, raging. I'm not saying, I just feel that he maybe, was pushed and pushed and pushed, until he said, leave me alone. He only allows people to come so far. And then it's like protection of himself. You see this outer shell, but you don't get to see who I truly am. Okay. Or I've shown you who I truly am. This shy person that is, who really is an introvert. That is my true self. If you don't believe that, then go away. Basically, go away. I'm not saying he's an introvert, but I feel that he's very much a hiding who he is. And sorry, this is live. It's not scripted. Okay, so it's very difficult to explain. So I get that Johnny Depp had to adjust to all these changing circumstances of these new schools, and he's just saw that as normal. He saw that as normal in the end. Oh, a new school. I've got to put on this acting role again, and I get also that he couldn't wait to get out of school because of this, because he never had any really true friends, lifelong friends, because of this kind of moving schools all the time. So he was kind of used to being around strangers. And when you are used to being around strangers, you actually make friends easily. You make friends easily. You say, "Hey, guy, how are you? How are you? How are you doing?" And you talk to people very easily. So yeah, because he's had to be friendly. He's had to put on this kind of persona. So he dropped out of school, and he found a lot of solace in music. Okay, in music. He found his solace in music. And when he wanted to escape from that kind of moving around again, not really, he found his true love in music. And this what helped him here to become a new kind of person. It was like a rebirth to him, was actually finding this music. And the actual friends as well in music, he kind of related to. Musicians he related to, because a lot of musicians move around a lot. Musicians go on tour, and it's normal for them to move from town to town. And so this was kind of normal to Johnny, okay. And he found his family. I feel he found his family with music. And he found his friends, the friends that he didn't have at school. He found them in this kind of music, musicians. So yeah, and this is quite complicated and complex. And he still has his mindset of nothing is consistent. Nothing is consistent. Nothing is consistent in his life, and there's always something new over the rainbow. So I do get the King of Pentacles, and I won't go too much on about all of this, but I get an earth sign. I don't know whether Johnny Depp's an earth sign. I don't know. But there is this earthiness, this search for this grounding, search for this security. It's kind of, once he gets security, then that cycle ends and it's on to the next cycle. But that's helped him along his journey, okay. Which has, if Johnny Depp hadn't moved so much as a child, this wouldn't have helped him on his journey to become this fantastic, brilliant actor, okay. And these cycles that kept, the cycle that ended, and this, better over the rainbow kind of thing, if this hadn't have happened, I don't feel Johnny would have been successful in his acting career. And now I've got here the Nine of Pentacles. Now he has become successful. The Nine of Pentacles. And he can be self-assured here in his success. And a part of him, deep down, the one that's, that shy kid that he kept protected, that shy kind of kid there that he protected every time he moved school, is actually now feeling self-assured. He's done this to actually make himself feel deep down to his core to feel self-assured. So this is what makes me feel that he's not actually having a meltdown. He's reaching a point where he's actually understanding this. He's trying to put all this together, okay. And I feel he's not scared to actually let this person come out as he was at school. So you see this when he's being interviewed, you see this person who's very kind of quite quiet, quite shy, you know, not what you would expect from a movie star. So he's quite comfortable to let this person come out that is always hidden as a child. So he's saying to himself, Johnny Depp is saying, this is me. You know, I'm going to celebrate who I am. This is me. This quiet person underneath. This is who I am. And, you know, very much, you know, grounded in my own way, but quietly grounded. And what I've experienced as a child has helped me become this chameleon, and has helped me to always look over the rainbow for that next kind of acting role. You know, the next time it will be better. The next time it will be better. And the next time, you know, we move, it will be better, Johnny. Okay. We'll get excited. We'll do the packing. We'll get excited about moving house. You know, we've got a new place to go to. It's going to be better. So he's had this mindset of next time it'll be better. And with Johnny, he's worked on that. And it has got better. And it has got better. And it has got better to the point where Johnny can actually allow himself to be him. And that includes being a musician. He realizes that's very close to his heart. Being a musician, he gets on with musicians better. He likes being part of a band, being part of a family, and that's where his family is in the musician world. He likes to be part of that, like touring family, and he feels like he can just be himself. That's how he feels. He finds solace in that. So I feel that the people that have known him, there has been a little bit of a meltdown. I feel this is very much him kind of realizing and looking into deeply, spiritually. He's very much into spiritualism too, getting to know who he is deeply. And I feel he's done this, or he's in the process of doing this. I see him going to monasteries or some kind of retreats in that sense, yeah, to get to know who he is, going to places to look deeply into what made him who he is. Because I do feel over the years he actually got lost in this kind of chameleon, kind of putting on this act, to perfection, to actually get people to accept him. Now, I don't feel he did it through acceptance. I actually feel, because he moved so much as a child, that he did it to actually protect himself, protect that shy person inside who he truly is. And I feel that's how he's perfected that. Okay. And even more so with the directors saying, you need to perfect that. And he's become a perfectionist. He's so perfect at acting. And directors will say this, Johnny Depp, he changes just like that. He's just such a confident professional. Okay. But he's not that actor persona. He's not that actor persona. Okay. He has got a little bit lost here in terms of midlife crisis, going to monasteries and things like that. If he's not done that yet, I feel he may do that. He may do that, okay. I feel he's in the process of realizing this is me. You know, I actually prefer to be, you know, when I was like 18 and I dropped out of school, I became this musician. I actually feel at home being a musician, you know. I feel at home being a musician. And I feel, you know, I feel I can be me with that, his family that moves around, you know, his adopted families that he's moved around, gone on tour. He feels that's normal. So that's good for him. So there is this like looking at who he is, what he likes to do. I like to be a musician. I like music. I like that. I'm cool with that. This acting happened by accident, you know. Yeah, I wanted to be famous, but I feel this acting came by accident and it's not me in a way. And it's quite, people don't understand that. Why would you want to be this rock star when, you know, you're such a fantastic, brilliant actor? Well, I could go on and on about this because I feel that in the future, I feel that Johnny Depp, I'm trying to pick out the words here because I feel Johnny Depp is going to be looking for roles that are very, very serious. And they are going to be controversial roles, okay? I feel he's going to go into that masterclass of acting. And he's going to take it to like a classical sense in a way. I don't know what that means, but I'm getting that. And he's going to go for these very complex characters. And he's going to challenge himself more because he kind of understands the psychology of psychopaths in a way. Johnny Depp's not a psychopath, but he kind of can get into that because of hiding who he truly is. And how possibly you can actually lose your true self. So I feel that he's going to go for very more complex roles. And you'll see this role of him. He's not going to be like attractive. He's not going to be the sexiest man on earth kind of thing. He's going to be characters that are very, very, very complex, psychopath kind of characters. And it's going to be like, whoa, where's Johnny? And I feel this is where he's had his meltdown, or he's passing through this kind of mini meltdown where he's gone to, and he sees this as like a gift, okay, a gift, spiritual gift that's been given to him to actually be able to take on these personas. But he's, like I said, he's going to use this as more of a masterclass thing, like educating people in a way. He's going to take on roles that is educating to people, you know, that there are these weird, complex people around in our world, you know. I get psychopathic kind of characters. So do I feel that he's had a meltdown? A mini meltdown? Yes. But I feel he's accepted that who he is deep down, which is this very shy person that he's protected. But he's letting that be exposed now, especially when it comes to relationships, his children, you know. He's trying to to get his children to understand who he truly is. I think they get his dad. You know, they know that dad is, you know, a rock star at heart, that the acting was just part of a spin-off from that. And they get that dad is now getting more kind of intelligent with his acting roles, that he's becoming, his acting choices are going to be more complex. His kids kind of are getting him. And this is post meltdown, okay, where he's had to, you know, the women that he's chosen, I've just seen Johnny Depp, the actor. They've not actually seen what's underneath. They've been quite shallow in a way. The girlfriends are just grateful to be on the arm of Johnny Depp. Now, what Johnny's looking for in a partner, he'd rather be alone. He'd rather be a monk than have somebody who sees just Johnny Depp, because don't forget, at school, that's all the you know, other kind of school friends saw is this acting person, not himself. So he wants people that are going to accept that person that he was hiding, okay? And he has had a mini breakdown over that. He has raged at people when they've not wanted to get to know who he is, okay? He does feel comfortable in a rock band, you know, touring with a band, being part of a band. He sees that as normal. He loves that. And that's who he is. He can be this down-to-earth kind of, yeah, there is drugs. There's drugs, you know. There is drugs, okay? There is... I get marijuana. I feel he's starting to cut down on the drugs because he realizes that's part of a rock band kind of tour kind of. He's saying, no, I'm going to keep it cool. You know, I'm okay without the cocaine. I'll do a bit of marijuana, but that's about it, really. I'll have a smoke. You know, I'll have a smoke with you guys, but you know, that's about it. You know, so I'm trying to bring in here the real Johnny Depp, spiritually, intuitively. I don't know him. I've not sat in his caravan while they're on tour with their rock star friends and him saying, you know what, I'm going to keep it cool. I'm just going to go with I'll have a smoke, but I because the meltdown is over, okay? He's accepted that I am a frustrated rock star, and I'm just going to go on tour with these guys for a while, just to get rid of that frustration and play a guitar in the background, and then, you know, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Actually, I feel some kind of affinity with Johnny Depp because he doesn't want to. You know, me too. I've moved schools, lots of schools. I can understand where it's coming from. And maybe that's why intuitively I'm giving out this message about Johnny. Johnny Depp's is truly, I think I could be best friends with Johnny Depp, really, because I've had the same kind of upbringing. I would say he's a good guy. Deep down, yeah, he's chosen the wrong girlfriends. He has had a meltdown, and I feel there was some kind of aggression towards one of his ex-wives. He's married the wrong people. He's now telling his kids, "This is me. This is who I am. I'm cool with this." He's getting to know who he is, and you're seeing this person who he is. He's going through changes. And he you know, this is good changes. It is partly to do with the midlife crisis, but I do get that he's going to come out of it the other end. And I don't know why I'm getting this, but I get Anthony Hopkins. I don't mean Silence of the Lambs. I don't know why I'm getting that with Anthony Hopkins, but I get that he's targeting roles like that are very masterclass roles, and something he can get his teeth into, that he knows that he can really get into that kind of character, because he realizes he's kind of studied. I think he's read lots of psychology books. He's read up on psychopaths and all of this. So he knows how he could sort of form that character in a very, very masterclass kind of way. Now, I'm going to do a really, I'm going to shout out here for Johnny Depp, okay? I'm going to say, watch out for Johnny Depp, although he's famous already, I know, but he's going to become a master of what he's doing, okay? He's not just going to do any acting role, okay? He's going to be a master at what he does, and you're going to notice that. And Johnny Depp at home, he's going to be sat there at home. I actually feel he's got a place in France, I think he goes to. I may be wrong, maybe Italy. I see him sitting outside. He likes with a glass of red wine. And he likes his French wine too. So I don't know, I've not read about that. I get he likes his French wine. I see him sitting outside with his legs crossed, with a glass of wine and a book. And he's going to become, at home, he's very quiet, he's very placid, he's very quiet, doesn't speak much at all at home. Very kind of, it's going to become this kind of intellectual in his own right. You know, like he's reading, he's got a glass of red wine, he's wherever he is, Tuscany or France, I get. And that's where he goes. I can hear crickets in the background, so that could be south of France kind of way, or Italy kind of thing. And he's sat there reading a book. Psychology or something like that. And he's very much, and he's going to get to know himself, why he got to where he is, why he chose those wrong people, and why he feels more comfortable in as part of a band who tour. Okay, so that's my reading. That's my take of Johnny Depp. Look out, he's going to have these blockbuster movies. I don't think he's going to take the leading roles either. It's going to be roles within the movie, but I do get very more complex kind of characters that are psychopaths. I get psychopaths. Okay, sending you lots of love, guys, and love yourself. And that's the main thing here. Doesn't matter where you come from, what schools you've been to, how you've been dragged up, how you have got to where you are now, or what's made you this person. You are who you are. Okay, accept that and say, this is me. Okay, sending you lots of love, lots of blessings. I do private, personal, intuitive readings. If you're interested, please give me an email. My email address is in the description box at the bottom. So sending you lots of love, lots of blessings, and bye for now. Bye-bye.